Souls, welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. Happy Friday. If this video reaches you at the time of this recording, it is Friday, September 20th, 2024. Happy birthday to my beautiful nephew. I love you, Boo. Mel Melly Boo. I know he's not watching this, but I had to give him some love. And I hope that when this video finds you, you are blessed and well as well. It's been a week of the full moon eclipse. From feedback of friends, this has been a week that has really awakened them energetically. One friend put it, the full moon effed me sideways. And I know that another was bedridden for 2 days straight leading up to the full moon. So if you are in that category as well, I am too. Just stay in there, hang in there, beloveds, because you are shifting and changing your frequency, your DNA at a core level. You're shifting into your highest timeline, which we have been doing. This year has been all about shifting into new cycles, new beginnings, new, not even chapters of your life, new books. Closing one book and starting, rewriting a whole new book. How many of you have gotten new journals this year? I know I've had a few, but I'm on my second new journal. This is my dream journal. How are your dreams this week? How's your body healing and holding up? Are you having some physical ascension symptoms? I know I was having I had a chest and congestion, head cold last week, fighting my throat, or fighting a bug that was clearing my throat chakra. So I had a lot of congestion in my chest, right? The chest with the heart. My throat still has some congestion that I still have to clear out every once in a while. And then I had I was woken up about 2 or 3 in the morning with terrible, terrible, terrible cramps. And not like regular cramps. They were like it was like sacral root, like I ate something bad cramps, like, and I probably did, when I was working on campus yesterday, and the cafeteria is really good, but I did eat their meat, and they had nachos, and they're really good chicken nachos, and that was fine. But then I saved the rest for the end of the day, which the end of the day for me was like 6 o'clock, which means those nachos were not refrigerated. I know if my mom's listening to this right now, she's probably cringing because I can literally hear her voice saying, "Why would you ever eat nachos? Don't eat meat outside if it's been left out. Don't eat meat at all." If it's been left out for hours, you should definitely throw that away. You'll this salmonella. And then she'll send me an article about salmonella recalls. I'm just kidding. That's my mom, though, because she loves me. She loves all of us, and that's what she does to protect us. And, you know, I should have listened to her. I should have listened to her, but what I heard was, there's a moment in the middle of the night when I was just in so much pain, and I was praying, and I was like, God, please take this away. And I was asking myself, asking Spirit, is this, a punishment for eating? Like, what is this? You know, and I just heard Spirit say, this is not a punishment. Okay. It's just a lesson. You just need to eat. You just need to be mindful. But also, this is a clearing. This is a clearing of your sacral chakra, a clearing of your root chakra. And at the bottom of the deck I'm holding is the Empress. So that's confirmation. Spirit says you were clearing out the old versions of you. You had to release. The root chakra is around your family, your upbringing, your childhood, your foundation, your security, your safety. If if any of that was traumatized or adverse, then this was the clearing of rebuilding, restabilizing a new foundation. But you can't lay new cement over cement, right? When you think about this analogy is just coming up right now, this vision of a highway, and they have to repave the highway because it's been tattered and battered and has bumps and potholes, right? What do they have to do first? They don't just put new pavement over the all of that cracks and stuff. No, they have to completely take apart the old pavement and then repave it. And of course, it's a long, arduous journey, and then we have bottlenecks and backups and traffic jams on the highway. But what's happening is the highway is being renewed so it can be smooth, so that we can drive safely on it. So if you are having physical symptoms this week from this full moon, those are ascension symptoms to be released in that throat chakra, or in that, I said throat chakra, so maybe that's for you, for some of you, but in that said chakra. So for me, like the root chakra, so that I could rebuild the foundation to tap into the Empress, the divine feminine within. And I'm hearing that Spirit is saying that's for the collective, because I am a collective channeler as well. And so, because my moon sign falls in Taurus and an earth sign, I physically feel symptoms. I physically channel for the collective. So if I'm crying for no reason, that's not for no reason. It's because I am empathically feeling the collective. If my body is going through extreme pain, it's also for the collective. And so the sacral chakra was also going through its ascension symptoms last night, and the sacral is around your creation, right? It's around conception. It's around pleasure, your sexuality, your senses, the sensuality. So releasing all of that as well was the releasing of the guilt. I was releasing the guilt. I was releasing all the fears and the doubts of my security of my life. I was, releasing the traumas as a child for the collective and myself. And I'm grateful for that. It was not pleasant, but I'm grateful that I got through it. I'm grateful that it was able to wash through me. And that means, and with the Empress card here at the bottom of the deck, that just shows me, yes, that our perspective is shifting into a new truth. Look at this. We have perspective and sun. This means that our perspective is shifting, paradigm shift into a new truth, into joy. Our perspective is shifting into bliss and joy and abundance and light and radiance. That's really beautiful, Spirit. Thank you. So I'm also hearing Spirit say, shift your perspective, shift your truth. Shift your truth, shift your life. And, I'm hearing, by the way that you look at something, you could look at things as blessings or curses. You could look at things as lessons or punishments. You get to choose. You could look at something as winning or losing, failing or succeeding. The Spirit is saying it's not so black and white. If you shift your perspective to see that everything can be a lesson, everything can be a blessing, everything is a success when you learn, because you are healing, then you can heal what it is that is holding you, keeping you stuck. You can heal. If you shift your perspective, you can heal your perspective. If you shift your truth, you can heal your truth. You can heal your soul. You can heal your body. Because our mind is where our brain doesn't know what's actually happening to our body. When we tell our brain that we're safe, right? Our mind has to communicate with our brain. They're not the same thing. The mind is like the brain of the soul. But you have to be mindful about that mind because it is constantly chattering. So if you're continuously looking at life from a perspective of woe is me, victim, poverty, lack, everything's out to get me, everything is against me against the world, I'm all alone. And then you are putting that poison into your body, into your brain. Your brain then thinks, I'm not safe, I'm not secure, I'm not nurtured, I'm not comforted, I'm not healthy, I'm not deserving of pleasure. You're telling your body to react in that same way because because your mind is telling your brain is telling your body, and your body is telling the world. It starts with your mind, it starts with your energy. You are responsible for your mind and your energy. You can't make your mind chatter stop, but you can be conscious. This is the awakening of consciousness that humans are finally coming to. You don't have the control of what when your mind stops and starts. It just is always constantly racking and talking. But what you can do is you can catch what your mind is saying, be aware of it, become aware. Awareness is the first step to awakening. Yes, I'm hearing this with this perspective and sun card. Awareness is the first step to awakening, to healing. Yeah. This card also came through, which is the ether we had a couple days ago, the seamless unspeakable. But I'm gonna keep this healing card. The seamless unspeakable, ground zero, right? You are in the midst between the ending and the beginning. We have the bottom of the deck, the star seer. Because you are a star and you are seeing the light because you are shifting your perspective towards the light. I'm hearing that too. Towards the light, the truth. To some, it could be to faith. It doesn't have to necessarily be a religious aspect of faith, but to some, it could be. It could even just, again, be the awakening to your mind chatter, awakening to your soul journey, the awakening to the control that you do have over your mind and your ego. You are not a victim to your circumstance. You know how much power that is in a person when they realize that they are not a victim to their circumstances, that they have. For me, and for instance, when it really, really dawned on me that I was the captain of my fate and, a co-creator with my fate, that I was actually not a victim to my situations and circumstances, that I actually was able to turn my life around and really actually align with what my heart is saying so that I could get out of that anxiety. When we're in anxiety, we're feeling anxious. Why? I always wondered. I struggled with anxiety my whole life. Why? Because I was living a life that was not in alignment with my truth. I was not living in alignment with how my soul saw me. I did not see myself that same way. My ego, my human. Ooh, that scared me. But we had, for some reason, indigo buzz. Okay, thank you. And this song is called Jump. That made me jump. So maybe you do need to jump. Maybe you need to take that leap of faith. Thank you. That was a alarm for me to get to work, though. So I'm going to keep on carrying on. I hope that would resonate for some of you. Maybe someone needed to hear that. We have the next steps here is don't make assumptions. Rule number 3, agreement number 3, learn to ask questions. Learn to ask questions. It is always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you'll know the truth. Right? There you go. Shift your perspective from always assuming, thinking that you know what someone else is doing, thinking that you know what God is doing, thinking that you know what your angels are up to, that you know what universe is trying to do on your behalf. Instead, just ask. Pray, God, what are you doing? What is this? What is this? Truly ask. Why am I feeling this way? Look, what did this wanted to come through? My positive thoughts create positive feelings. There we go. My positive thoughts create positive feelings. It's okay to make mistakes. And underneath that said, my challenges help me grow. Mistakes help us grow. All right. It's okay to make mistakes. You are a star seer. Number 46. 46 might be a significant healing number for you, or a soul path number. That reduces to 10, which is the completion, which is also the beginning. And then we have 30 for healing, which is soul path number for some, maybe. That reduces to 3. Okay, you are divinely guided with the angels with that 0 behind you. Okay? Replace love with fear. Remember, we got this yesterday. Be impeccable with your word. When you learn to ask questions, you can shift your perspective to the truth so that you can really, truly heal, because you are becoming this beautiful empress. The empress is the divine feminine. The empress is nurturing and fertile, and that goes with that sacral chakra clearing I was having, right? Empresses attract. They manifest by attracting in and receiving in. And they trust that all that is coming in its divine timing. I just have to show this to you before I let you go. Can you notice here that the stars that is in the starseer's hand with the ladder of the person going up that ladder into the star? Can you see the feminine also, or sorry, the empress holding these stars, or these stars are right above her hands with the moon cycles? That is a message. This moon cycle that we just are coming out of, and we're going to be in the shadows of this eclipse energy for the next 90 days. And also we have the next eclipse coming up on October 2nd. So be mindful of that, because eclipses, the energy hits us 30 days, 90 days before and 90 days after. But you are awakening to the empress that you are, the divine feminine, sacred feminine goddess that you are. It is. So shift your perspective to realize, my beloved, who you are. Who you are. I hope this helps. If it does, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. And feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell if you'd like to know whenever I am sharing my messages here. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can still take advantage of the September promo where your first reading will be free. And if you would like to book a full Tea and Tarot reading, then if you're in the United States, you'll get a handcrafted 1 ounce loose leaf tea from my FemRems apothecary. If either of those options sound good to you, feel free to email me at femrems811@gmail.com, or you can find me on my social media on TikTok or Instagram at Princess Leah 888. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a beautiful weekend. Stay growing, stay shining. Until next time, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.